Start spreading the news. I'm leaving.
Alright, it's an extremely cold and windy day, like almost noon now by the time I'm gonna get to Coterie. It's fine, there's 3 days of it. I wasn't really planning on going tomorrow, but maybe I'll go Wednesday as well if I don't, get enough info today. But I also have a lunch date at 1 p.m. so pretty soon I basically just have to leave and go to my lunch date.
I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep.
This is the windiest day I've ever experienced in New York City. Like, for real. It's so cold.
These little town blues are melting away.
Are you registered?
Yeah, I'm all done. Okay, so I'm done and registered. I have no idea what my hair looks like. It actually is not too bad considering the wind just like blew the shit out of it. Here it is.
No New York, and if I can make it there.
So, these are going to be some brands that you're familiar with. Elon, I know you guys see it a lot. A lot of the boutiques and stuff are that brand. She plus Sky. I've actually never heard of this one, so to check that out. It's so funny, I always see this brand thrifting and I never really pick it up, but they have some really cute stuff. Cute is this booth. Oh my god. Super cute one. I feel like this is a good idea for some people who do their photos on hangers. They have them wrapped in lace. Alright, so I just did a walkthrough at Fame, which I feel like is kind of like the cheapest version of all of the shows here. And now I'm heading into Moda, which I think is kind of like it's not mid-range, but it's slightly more expensive, where you're going from like items that are $10 to $30 a piece wholesale to more like $15 to $50 a piece wholesale.
And it's up to you, New York.
So I'm entering the accessories area now. This is like a sock company, jewelry and headbands. Oh, those are like leggings and crap.
I'll make it anywhere, and it's up to you.
Entering into Coterie now. This is a much more luxe show, so the brands are much more expensive. There's an area over here where it's like Italian cashmere. There's Notori. It's just a lot of really expensive. There's furs, which is really sad. But yeah, this is quite more expensive, this show. And I think one of the biggest differences when coming into this side basically is that you have to ask, to carry their product. It's not just an automatic, like, okay, I'm gonna buy this. They will check all of your credentials. They want to see that you have a storefront mostly. They tend to not work so much with a lot of just plain online retailers, unless you're already kind of big. And from what I've experienced coming here before, they will not work with Poshmark sellers. They don't seem to have any interest in having their brand on the actual site. I think this has a lot to do with the perception of the site, and not that the perception is necessarily bad, but that it isn't high end. Because it is a lot of resale. Time for lunch. Check out this freaking macaroni and cheese. It's my friend Stacy. Hi, beautiful. If any of you are in Orange County and you need a hairstylist, she's the bomb. You're cute, thanks. All right, it's a bit dark in here, but we are finishing up our cocktails after lunch. It's turned into a very long lunch. I think we've had like 3.5, 4 hour long lunch actually. Yeah. We are heading back to Coterie though. There's still another panel or two that I'm gonna try and catch because I missed 1 or 2. And there's also like a kava happy hour, so I'm gonna check that out as well. And I'll take you guys along with me.
In all the stores, and I was really seeing the gap in the market for unique brands, and meeting a lot of brands through running a trade show. Like, you get to meet the people behind the brand, and like you get to find out a little bit more about where it's made and who makes it and what their mission is. And consumers don't always get that opportunity. So I think that brands, and the beauty about social media actually is that brands have a bigger and better opportunity to tell their story and their why behind their brand, and hopefully that will shake up retailers to want to pick up these unknowns. Like, it cannot all be about these big mass market brands that everybody knows about, because I think retailers have fear around that. They're like, oh, people are going to want to recognize the label or want to recognize the brand to want to be able to buy it. But what I'm seeing in my own personal experience, because I'm in my store every day, I see people are like, wow, this is so cool, this is unique, I've never seen this before. And I love that. That's been my mission.
A lot of nice memories of New York City since I was a boy. Most of my work has been live here in New York, as tonight is. And I don't care how long you've been in this business, there's nothing like singing to live people, baby. It's great. Now we have a brand new song for you.
Sir, what is the biggest security issue here?
Well, so far we haven't had one, so that's good.
All right, okay, thank you very much.
Spread.
So I finally made it back to Coterie. Day 1 wasn't so successful because I pretty much just walked around, looked, and then hung out with my friend for lunch. We got drinks and ended up just chatting for hours. So I'm coming back today with the intention to buy something. I don't know what yet, but something.
Today, I want to be New York.
Okay, so I didn't really get to film much because I was in the middle of ordering. I made 3 purchases so far. All of them I'm really excited about. The least excited one is like just a really cool novelty shirt that I think is gonna be awesome and fun. And then I ordered from another company that has all this really like ornate, amazingly beaded embroidered stuff. So that one I'm like so freaking excited about because it's stuff that I want to wear and like that I love. And the third one, a brand that is very familiar to a lot of people and sold in a lot of really awesome shops. So I'm very excited about that one. I may have like gone a little crazy. Yeah, basically they said that they were gonna give me free shipping. So I was like, great, because most of the companies will charge you shipping on your orders. And then they also gave me a really fat discount. They're like, you know what, it's your first time buying from us and we want you as a customer and you're like awesome. I was just telling them my vision and what I do and everything, and they were so sweet. And they're like, well, you know what, let's give you this discount so that way you can bring your profit margin up a little bit. And yeah, that was like really kind of them and really fun and cool. So that was a really great experience. I have purchased things from Coterie before, but the last time that I came, I only ordered from one company and the order didn't work out. So yeah, that kind of sucked. It was partially my fault, partially their fault. This time I'm gonna make sure to follow up and make sure everything is going correctly and that I get everything that I ordered and everything that I need in a timely manner.
New York, start spreading the news.
So I'm just making it into this downstairs area, but everybody's kind of like closing up now. Pretty much over. Actually trying to find Anna because she models this show. it for me at Coterie. I really wish that I could have gotten the, like, film the actual, I'm going upstairs, sorry, I keep looking down, the actual experience of buying from a brand and like sort of the negotiation and talking to them about what they require and what you need, but it's a little bit awkward.
These little town blues are melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start.
Alright, so I'm here with Anna. She actually worked the show, and she's got a giant glass of wine, or at least it looks giant. Okay, so let's tell me what you liked about working the show.
I love seeing the new trends before they actually get to the stores. Because right now, what is it now? February. It's February.
Yeah.
People are buying for the next fall, so they're buying for September, October, November delivery dates. So
Yeah.
you get to see kind of what's going to be in the stores before anybody else gets to see it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love all the silky sleeve dresses, which I feel were around for some time now. But there's a lot more coming, and a lot of animal print silk sleeve dresses and tops. There's
Yeah.
still a lot of animal print, which I would think people would get sick of. but
Which
no.
one?
Animal print.
Animal prints, yeah.
It's still
But animal prints have been popular since like the 80s, or probably before the 80s, but you know.
and there's so many 12 fur animal print jackets. Like
Yeah.
every company has them.
Yeah.
And also, obviously now since they're buying for the fall, mostly what we see in sweaters.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of really cool sweaters, like a conservative sweater with a little bit of a cut on the shoulder, like a little bit shoulder showing. So I like this kind of stuff, which is classic, but it has a special detail.
Yeah. What's the like worst thing about working like a show as a model?
The worst thing is you have to basically stand the whole time, and a lot of the time it's heels, so your feet are killing you.
Oh no.
And also, if your company is very busy, which mine was very busy, you have sometimes like 5-6 stores shopping at a time.
Wow.
And everybody needs you to try something, so they keep grabbing.
So the brand you're working for, we won't say who it is, just in case you don't get in trouble. But they're like a mid to high range brand. You said like wholesale prices were starting at about $99 for like one piece and going up.
Yeah.
So what kind of buyers, like what stores were the buyers, and what were they like? Like what's the difference between the buyers?
There's some bigger names like Anthropology and bigger stores like that, but a lot of boutiques.
Are the big, like who's nicer? What type of buyer? The stores that are like
I think
corporate, or
corporate is nicer.
they're nicer?
Because they
Oh,
have to actually care about their reputation. And then a boutique owner, a lot of times, they don't care. They're their own boss.
right.
So a lot of them can be kind of annoying. Like this one lady, everything I try on, she kept saying, well, she has no boobs.
Oh my God,
Well-
she said that.
Every sweater I put on, well, she has no boobs, so, well, it's going to look different on somebody with boobs.
Well, not everybody has big boobs, and you also have a 34 B cup. You have boobs. She has boobs, you guys.
Not that it matters, I just think it's kind of inappropriate, like, to make this comment about my body over and over and over
Yeah,
again,
that's
like, yelling it
so.
out.
That's all, like incredibly inappropriate, but also like, can you tell me what her boobs look like?
Or another thing I noticed with boutique owners, like they would look through the samples and drop them.
Yeah.
Things fall off the hanger and they just look down and just keep walking. Leave it on
No.
the floor.
What?
Yeah.
So they're as bad as like a Goodwill shopper.
And then another thing is, for example, I'm there specifically to try things on for them. But sometimes they want to put it on themselves, which is fine. They want to maybe feel how it feels in
Yeah.
the body. But a lot of them are so careless and they get their makeup all over. And
Oh,
they
no.
read things. So
Oh, wow.
It's just like they are so careless, which I just find kind of rude.
I guess they feel like, I mean, they must feel very emboldened by being like, well, I'm the one buying this, I'm paying for it, like I'm the customer.
But also they need the brand as much as the brand needs them, if not more.
Right.
Because they need that stuff for their customers to come.
Sure, yeah.
And also, if you try things on for them, some of them are so careless with how they handle you. They will come and fix things on me, like pushing me around like I'm a mannequin, not a real person.
Yeah, that's not very nice.
But other than that, my company is really nice. Like the salespeople are really nice. Most buyers are actually super nice, even huge name.
So Anthropologie actually came in, right? What were they like as buyers?
Very nice, very respectful.
Super professional.
Super professional. But they always say like, oh, thank you for trying it on. Can you please, you know?
So they're super respectful. That's cool.
And
Do you ever?
One part about the show is actually looking at buyers. People watch. They love to look at their style, what they're wearing.
Yeah.
It's like toned down fashion week.
Oh.
People watch, but the things that you actually would wear.
Yeah.
You know, not like some bizarre attention-seeking kind of thing.
Yeah. Have you ever had a brand that you like modeled for in this sense that you would never work for again? You don't have to say the brand.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, so like why would you never work with them again?
Just treating you not like a human being. You know, like you don't have needs to use a restroom or eat, you know, things like that. Or I remember one brand would want me to change dresses, but they did not provide any sort of cover. So they just wanted me to change dresses in front of everybody. Like, oh, you don't care, you need it. Even if I don't care, I'm supposed to have a private place to change. Just their expectation of you doing whatever they say, I found super annoying. Then there was a different dress company that I used to work for. They had very toxic work culture, like between each other. They had horrible relationships.
Oh wow.
So that was just uncomfortable to be around. And then they would also like not let you eat lunch in peace. The moment you try to eat, and if the buyer comes, they tell you get up and work. You know.
Damn. On average, what do you get paid to work to model at a show like Coterie?
Really, the appropriate rate that should be is 400 a day. The appropriate rate, but a lot of the brands pay less now, like 300 a day.
And how long are the days?
Okay
like they're pretty
multiple days.
Right.
At the show, the date is 9 to 6.
Okay. But you have to stand the whole time in heels, so it's also like pretty
So it's
uncomfortable.
much better to just work at the showroom.
Oh yeah, at the showroom, yeah.
Because if you're doing market at the showroom, you get to just stick to appointments, read your book, chill.
Yeah.
And you really only work for appointments. At the show itself, you always kind of have to be on in case somebody passes, a new buyer or somebody.
As someone who has worked closely with some bigger brands, if you're a newer, smaller boutique, what could you do to better your chances that the brand would allow you to carry them in your boutique?
Well, everybody has minimum, so if you meet the brand's minimum order and quantities, most of the time they write it if you're a legit store.
Right. What have you seen them turn anybody down for any specific reasons?
Yeah, like for people trying to buy one of each, you know, and that's just not how it works for wholesale.
Right.
If you want to buy one piece, you go to the retail store and you pay a retail price.
Right.
You can't ask for a wholesale price if you just want to, you know, one of each style in one size.
Yeah.
And also, we have some people who just batch who the brand would think they would not represent the brand.
All right. Well, thanks for answering all the questions.
Be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes.